everyone, today's video is going to be an update on my project 10 uses. This hair, I kind of like it. So I was inspired by a girl on the Holiday Baking Championship, but her hair was like this long, whereas mine's like this long. So I think it looks better if you have longer hair. And you might ask, why are you getting hair inspiration from the Holiday Baking Championship? And to that I would respond, why aren't you? We love cooking shows in this home. We watch them all the time. All right. I also did a full face today. I was just feeling it. I'm not loving exactly how it turned out. But I was like doing my eyeshadow and I was like, I'm not done. I'm just not done. So I decided to do a full face and I like it. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about these 10 products and what we're going to do with them. So I did not get 10 uses on any of my 10 products. But I have decided to declutter 3 of these 10 products. So let's go into it. First is this Stila palette, which I've used 4 times. I just don't get excited about using it. These 3 shades are amazing. They're absolutely great. These work. They're like a little hard to work with, but they do work. This one is really hard to work with, to be honest. This shade works really nicely. I just, like, when I see it, I'm not excited about it. I'm not like, oh, I can't wait to put that on my face. I'm just like, oh yeah, that palette. Guess we're gonna use that. So because I feel that way, I don't want to use it. I showed it to one of my friends and she really wants it. So I'm gonna give it to her. Next, these 2 are both great products. Like both of them. I just don't use them. I don't reach for them. Even, they've been in this project for 2 months and I haven't wanted to, like, touch them. So first we have this MAC Star Dream Pigment. It's beautiful. I did a look where this was all over the lid. It's a very shimmery light gold. I do feel like I have a lot of products that give me this exact same look on the skin that aren't a pigment and they're not like standalone. So for that reason, I've decided to give it to one of my other friends who does like a very neutral look every day, and this is like very much her color. And then the last one, and I had used that twice. The last one I have also used twice, and it is this Geek Chic Cosmetics Awesome Mix Pigment in the shade Destroyer. It's a very pretty blue with like a purple pearl in it. I've done 2 looks with it. I liked both of them, but I just don't want to reach for it. I also don't feel like it's special enough. Like some of my singles, or at least, okay, in my mind, to keep something as a single, it has to be really special, really spectacular, something I don't have. And I mean single like this, not like I've told y'all I want to get a lot, like some magnetic pans and put singles in that. To me, that's still a palette, but like to use something all by its own has to be really special, and this just doesn't cut it for me and my preferences. So this is gone. So we're gonna got my list. Here we are. Stila, we're marking it off. We're done with that. Destroyer, we're marking that off. And MAC Star Dream. So, there we go. 3 more products down. We're not going to use them. I'm not going to keep them, and that's okay. You know, you don't have to keep everything. I'm definitely, if you've been watching my channel besides this video, I'm definitely doing a lot of declutters. Not just in my makeup. I'm only filming my makeup, but I'm doing it in a lot of areas. I picked out like 10 ornaments that I'm going to give away. I know. Yep. So I'm just kind of a little suffocated at the moment. So we're working on that. So yeah, now let's get into the remaining 7 items that I am still working on, that I'm still planning on keeping at today, at this moment, at today. First, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Riviera palette. I've used this palette 7 times. I don't remember how much I did last time. I don't know how much that's changed, but I've used this 7 times. I really like it. I think it's really beautiful. I think I could have done a similar look to what I have today with this palette, and I think I would have liked it better, if we're just being honest. It's really pretty. So I like this. The only reason I haven't grabbed into it as much is just because it's very spring summer to me, and that you don't have to like match your makeup to the seasons. I definitely don't think so. I like to, though I said that, and like I could have done this look with this palette. So I think I just need to like use it. but I like it. Oh, I forgot to mention at the beginning, but now is as good as time as any. So I do these updates I do an update every month on the 21st. December 21st, I will be heading to Disney World for our honeymoon. What I bring in and like these products, I'm actually gonna be using for 2 months. So that's what I've just kind of decided. I think that's where we're gonna go. So I'm gonna take like almost a 2-week break from filming at the end of December, just because I'm gonna be going on my honeymoon, having Christmas, getting married, all of those things, which I'm very excited by. But I'm not gonna be filming. So just so you know, these are 2 months instead of just 1. But I like the Riviera palette a lot. Definitely am not ready to get rid of it by any means. Next, we have the Urban Decay Electric palette, and I've used this one 7 times as well. I really like this palette. I used it the other day with this blue. Just created a fabulous look. I think it was a fabulous look. It's so pretty, and it works so well. I just like it. I like it a lot. Like I said, I've used it 7 times, so I'll get 3 more uses out of it, and then I'll put it back in my collection. But I am fairly confident, I would say with all of the items I'm going to tell you, I'm showing you that this is going to stay in my collection. Because I'm doing this project for 2 reasons. To get more use out of my collection and really know and learn what I have, but also to see if I want to keep it. You know, if it hasn't gone bad, is it still something I love, or is it time to get rid of it? So, there we go. Next, I have the Cynthia Rowley eyeliner. I've been using this eyeliner as the inner corner. I don't have it on today. I used a different eyeliner as my inner corner. But I've got 1 more use. So I've used this 9 times. I really like it. It's still creamy. Big fan. I thought about using it today, but then I thought this inner corner would like matched better than this one would. So we'll keep it in for I guess really 2 more months. 1 more update, but I do really like this. And like I said, I've used that 9 times. Next, the Lise Watier liquid liner in Opal. This is really beautiful. So I took out the stopper, and I will say that I feel like, I don't think it's almost gone, but I just think because of the packaging it's getting a little harder to use, but I like it. I can get a very bright white glittery line with taking the stopper out. I can get like a very opaque line, which is what I like. I don't like it when you use a glitter liner and it's like, oh, you have 4 specks of glitter. Wow, that's beautiful. No, this is opaque. I've used it six times, and I definitely am planning on keeping this in my collection. I don't have anything else like it, and I'm a big fan. Next, we have the MAC Single in the shade Shine. This is one of those that is special. I can swatch it for you. It's a MAC Dazzle shadow. Look at it. Look at it. I use it I've used it 4 times, and I just love it. Every time I use it, I'm like, I want to use this every day. So this is definitely one that I'm planning on keeping in my collection. I don't reach for it as much as I might reach for like a palette or something, but I reach for it and I love it, and I'm very pleased with it. And it's special enough, unlike these 2, which are very pretty as well, but they're just not special enough for me and my collection where I am to justify keeping. But this one, it's special enough. So I'll be keeping that. Next, we have the Too Faced Gingerbread palette. I brought this in last time, and I have used it 7 times in the past month. That's pretty good for me, I will say. I really like this palette. I will say that I like to go over here. Like, this is my sweet spot. Coming over here, I just don't do as much. I used this shade Spiced Rum one day. I hated the look. This is a very, very... Oh, see, it swatches fine, doesn't it? Swatches quite nice. But, like, in actual practicality and using it, it was so flaky. And I could not... Let me get this out. I could not get it to show up, and I had to, like, build and build and build and build, and I wasn't a fan of that. So I don't love this shade. The rest of them I think are really good. I still enjoy this palette a lot. It definitely hasn't gone bad or anything. So I've used it 7 times, but I am pretty confident this will be staying in my collection for the next little while at least. And the last palette is my Juvia's Place Magic Mini palette. I have used this. Oh, I didn't mark it today. Let's mark it. I have used this 7 times. So similar to that. I really like this palette, but I don't love today's look. So for today's look, I went in with Koji in the crease. I used a different crease brush and it just went too high. So that's not the shadow's fault. The shadow's great. I used this shade, I'm not sure how you say that. It sucks. I had to build and build and build, and I'm still not really like happy with the opacity of that dark purple. And then I used the shade Zumba on my lid, and that's pretty. I had to use my finger to get it to show up this well. But I've used like these two shades, super impactful with a brush. So are these two. This one I like a lot. This gold is crazy. So I have used a lot of these shades. I really like this palette. I hate this shade. And honestly, this shade, Ujiri? I'm sorry, I don't know how to say that. I'm trying though. We are putting in an effort. This is a very similar formula to this, so I don't love these two shades, but the rest of the palette's great. It's a very unique assortment of shades. It makes me do some looks I wouldn't normally do, though this is definitely a very like typical me look. I think we can all agree, but I like it. So, and I've used that 7 times. So that is the 10 products that I had to start out with. Since I have rolled out 3, we're going to declutter them all. I am going to roll in 3 more. Now, I should roll in a variety of makeup. Now, I am only putting in eye makeup today. I know I said I have a full face. I do. But that is definitely the exception for right now, not the rule. This is the first time I've done like 3 full faces of makeup since the coronavirus, maybe a few more, but not very many. So I only want to bring in eyeshadows, and I should bring in some singles, but today we're just gonna bring in 3 palettes. Let's just be honest, that's what I wanted to do, so that's what I'm gonna do. First, Kat Von D Pastel Goth. If you watched the video I posted yesterday, or 2 days ago, I talked about using this, and I do reach in for this a lot as a companion palette, especially to grab a crease shade. But it's getting very, very hard to blend. I use this shade, Dope, the most. It's a very pretty gray toned purple. I like it, but it's getting really hard to blend. I don't like the shade Skull. It's just too white and bright under my brow bone. So I need to see if it's still good. I need to see if I still really like it. Because it's not worth keeping a whole palette for one shade to me. So I'm going to bring this in and see what I want to do with it. Very similarly, we have the Urban Decay Gwen Stefani palette. This palette, I think I've told this story a million times, but 1,000,001, here we go. I bought it solely because it went on sale. This was definitely in one of the heights of my makeup buying problems. Like 2016, 2017, it was bad. Really like 2014 to 2017 is when I was not doing so hot with the makeup purchasing. And this went on sale. And so I was like, oh, it's on sale, I'll just go ahead and buy it. Did I want it? No. Did I really like it? No. But I bought it. And then I used it and I thought it was great. I really could create some beautiful soft looks with it. But I'm just not sure it's a very me palette. I mean, look at my eyeshadow today and look at this palette. So I don't know. I want to play with it and see if it's really worth it keeping it for me. This was also, I got it like when I wasn't I didn't have as much as I have now. And so I think a lot of these like crease shades and stuff that are pretty, I just have over and over again. So we'll try it, we'll play with it, but I'm not confident this is something I'll be keeping in my collection, which is why I'm bringing it in. Now the last one, at this moment, I am pretty sure we're going to keep, but I just want to use it more. It's the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean palette. I feel like this is a very beautiful, cool tone palette. It's got some cool colors in it. I really like it. I feel like it's very winter. So I want to pull it in and get some use out of it right now because this is like the time I'd use it the most. I do think this palette, well, it's the Lorac Pro formula, so that's a very powdery formula. But I do feel like this palette looks really used. Like, it's not one of my palettes that you could look at and be like, wow, she's never even touched it. Like, every shade in here looks pretty used, which I'm happy about. So I'm going to use this until I get 10 uses out of it, just to really play with it some more. There's, of course, with anything I bring in, there's a possibility I'll end up getting rid of it because I don't like it anymore, or Unfortunately, quite a few of my things have gone bad because you can't use up makeup that fast. At least I certainly can't. So I'm gonna play with this and make sure it's still good and I still like it. So there you go. Those are my 10 products I'm gonna be working on for the next 2 months, not 1 month this time. You know, there's obviously a possibility that I make crazy good progress and I want to update you on like the 18th. The 18th is that Friday. Before we like leave and stuff. So there's a possibility I might update y'all then. We'll see where I am, you know? So I hope you enjoyed this video though and found it fun and helpful. I hope you enjoy seeing me get some use out of my products, and maybe it'll inspire you to get some use out of what you have before going out and buying a million new things, because that's not good for your wallet. And it's also not good for the environment. 2 things we care about. So I hope you enjoyed this. As always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, go ahead and leave those down below. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.